guy.
Yep.
But
the other name we didn't mention that has a lot of potential is Scott Stokely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one that I debated on and very well could be a pickup. If he does as well as he can in the first couple tournaments, I think the three of us are going to be fighting free agency to be like, yeah, I changed my mind. I want him on my list. Because he's a guy that has shown in the past he's a top-tier player. Not kind of top-tier. Top-tier.
Like, I mean, the guy who's always getting second.
Ken Climo.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
And, like, Ken Climo and his spacing on the field is above Paige Pierce and her spacing on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, he was great. So Scott Stokely is a very solid disc golfer. He's in better shape than he's ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
He's been sticking with the sport as far as teaching, social media presence, the whole works.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job with
what
that.
Seems like a fairly open bag. I think he's limited to a few companies, but he's throwing a fairly open bag. So he's throwing plastic that he's comfortable with.
He's throwing Kastaplast. He signed with them.
Is it 100% Kastaplast that he's throwing?
I thought so.
Or just certain molds out of that?
I know he's throwing the
Berg. Maybe that's a company that lets you throw a couple companies. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you not know about the Berg? Oh my God, it is everywhere.
I mean, yeah, when that's the disc to throw, that is 100% the disc to throw.
I've thrown it. I don't care for it. I know. Heresy. Burn me at the stake.
One of the guys that I was on a card with today, he threw the Berg, and I asked him how he liked it because it really does seem like a very divisive disc in that you either love it or you can't stand it.
I mean, you're not throwing it for distance, that's for sure shit.
No.
Well, he did throw it off the tee box once.
Well, but at Mosier,
it's Mosier.
It's Mosier, so...
So for those of you out there, Mosier is... I forget how...
The longest hole is 3-something.
Yeah.
It's 315, but for the most part, everything is 200 or lower.
I'd say 200 to 250 is probably your average hole. Not even 250?
No. A lot of, especially with the tee pads that because we were playing all shorts today.
You're playing shorts,
yeah. Okay, I usually play longs when I play there.
So
and still
it was
longs
150
are not.
to 200 was the overwhelming majority of them. And yeah, he threw the Berg, not often off the tee, but a couple times. He finished one stroke better than me and finished third in the tournament. But yeah, I mean, so I asked him how he liked it, and he said so a little bit of background. I dropped down to MA4 today. Normally I like to play MA3 because I feel a little bit weird when I look at the ratings or when I look at the descriptions that say, 1 to 2 years, throw, this far to this far, hit this many putts out of this many, that type of thing. I think that the whole, divisional rating gates, that type of thing is a discussion for another time. But, But I dropped down to MA4 because at the time when I signed up, there was one MA2 player. And actually the guy that won MA3, I think, would have won MA2 as well.
I want to say it was around that point.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. The dude doesn't have a PDGA number. I don't have a PDGA number, so I can't comment a whole lot on that. But it was kind of one of those where it's like, okay, you probably should have been up a division. But yeah, so I asked the guy today, and he said, if I could control the distance on it, again, this was an MA4 card. He said that he thinks he would really like it, but as far as a putt and approach disc, he really liked it, and that was the disc that he was using as a putter. Had some really nice putts with it, so I certainly can understand why people like it. I have not thrown it yet. I have not gotten into the big craze. I'm a big fan of the Judge. That's probably what I'll throw until I die, unless I somehow ever get sponsored by someone.
Looking at the results here on the PDGA website, the guy who won it for rec was 6 under par, which would have put him tied for second in intermediate. At 7 under was the winning. And then advanced was 13 down. Open was also 13 down.
Wasn't that was that Jay?
Yeah.
Yes, Jason won open, and then
Jay tears that course up, so he had a bad round.
For those that haven't played Indiana, I've played with Jay a handful of times. I have seen him shoot 18 under at Mosier.
Oh, he's kicked my ass at Mosier.
Yeah.
Well, at every course, but that's but looking
I
at
can't
this,
even pretend to keep up with him.
So just looking here, according to UDisc, the distance here is for the shorts, which is the main layout, 3,063 feet. So the longs are 4,500. So give or take, probably 100 feet overall. It's a short course. It's a very technical course.